have Arsenal against Manchester City. Arsenal basically have a 48-hour rest advantage, excuse me, in this game, which seems kind of big because Manchester City didn't rotate at all Thursday. They played the same lineup they had Sunday in the Manchester Derby, started the same lineup as Thursday against Napoli. Some of these guys went off early, but I mean, still, like, you're starting. The plan basically is to start Rodri and Foden and all these guys 3 games in 8 days. Like even Vardiol as well. Just like Rodri, he picked up the groin injury like shortly after returning from his knee injury. Foden hadn't been healthy this entire season. It looks like he's going to go back-to-back 90s here. Vardiol was coming off an injury from the international break. Just all these guys, like, I don't get the Pep idea here. Just like, I guess the question here to start off, do you think Pep's going to rotate from the same starting 11 that he's gone with on Sunday and Thursday? Or do you think it's just going to be the same group and let's hope these guys don't get injured again?
I think he'll have to do a little bit of rotation. Like the real benefit was for them today, to play Napoli Thursday. But I think, the other side of that obviously is having a lot less rest than Arsenal, who played Tuesday. But I think, the City, both teams are so deep. Like they're like Arsenal's like probably the deepest team in the league right now. Wasn't Pep just like saying like, I have too many players on my team right now, like I want to like trim it down and have to run a bit leaner?
He probably did before the season, but lately he's like, I only have 15 players, I think is what the quote was.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, I think they'll be fine. It doesn't help the underdog, the money line underdog bet, but for City. But yeah, I also the whole like Rodri pulling up another groin injury after a major knee injury that kept him out for a year, like that's not that surprising. It's not like the same injury again, but everything else is connected. So
yeah,
that happens so frequently to a guy who comes back, and it's just like another one thing pops up. But yeah, I mean, what are you thinking for like over under? Like I feel like the last season we had 6 goals, and then I forgot what the other game was 2-2. So a fair bit of goals here. We got the overs at over 2.5 is -130. Any interest there? We're gonna ride another Holland anytime goal scorer bet for like the 6th, for the 5th week in a row. That seems kind of tasty.
Did he score on Thursday? I don't think he did. I think it was wait, no, he did score.
It's playing right now.
He scored the opener. Sorry.
Yeah,
it was assisted by Foden. I was thinking Foden scored it.
He's anytime plus 185. Gyökeres has better odds.
Yeah, so I guess I didn't mention the odds here. Let's Arsenal are -110 to win. The odds haven't moved too much the past couple weeks. Though it was a couple weeks ago, Man City were +240 to win. Now they're, as you said, +290, +300 in some spots. The draw is +265. And as we're looking at the goals, over 2.5 is -130, under 2.5 +100 here. So the last time they played, it was the 5-1 result where the odds were basically the same as this game because Man City were +300 in that game. And that was a 5-1 result. Arsenal didn't have Saka. Man City didn't have a few players. But I know you're a little bit on the Man City side, but I kind of like Arsenal here. They're at home. They got more rest. And I feel like overall they're playing better. Maybe like their offense, their attack. Their attack isn't, their attack is always, okay, a lot of it's relying on set pieces and, from open play is a little hit or miss. But, defensively, I think everyone in the world can agree that their defense has been better for at least the past year, maybe 2 years, better defensively than Manchester City. So, and that's been the case this season. So I kind of like them also at home, more rest, even without Saka, possibly without Odegaard. Just the depth on this team, midweek it was Martinelli and Trossard came off the bench and it looked really good. Just kind of like super subs from guys who used to be starters for them. So yeah. I'm kind of leaning Arsenal here. I actually like -110 for Arsenal money line.
They're giving like mid 2000s Mourinho Chelsea vibes, where it's like so solid defensively. They don't have a Drogba type. But like so solid defensively, always like finding ways to scrap out wins, like not giving up goals. Mosquera came in last weekend started clean sheet again. Like they're so deep, and then you just like they can swap it out at the outside backs too. And I mean, they maybe aside from Declan Rice, like don't have a ton of like Zubamendi, not like a traditional destroyer or like number 6, but like they can hold the ball there. I will say it's kind of they come out and play this like this kind of conservative brand of ball against like teams that they're arguably better than, like, or they should, if they want to win a title, should be better than like Liverpool. That game sucked. It was terrible. Like it was not good for the viewer. And I'm curious to see if they come out and do that again against City, or if they try to play a bit more on the front foot, like considering that like Eze should start. They no Saka, but like Gyökeres should be back in the starting 11 again. So like I would love to see them come out and like play a little bit more front footed, but I guess lean on the thing that makes you good, which is their back line.
Yeah, I think most of these matchups between Arteta and Guardiola have been just kind of as you said, similar to the Arsenal-Liverpool one, just a little more defensive, just a little safer. I mean, we look at the results from last season, the 5-1, the 2-2. That's a little, that's a little misleading. We look at the 2-2 result. Trossard had a red card in the first half. We look at the 5-1 result and the XG in that game. So Arsenal took 12 shots, and their XG was 1.0. They scored 5 goals in that one. Man City, their 1 goal came from 0.81 XG. So, like, if you look at the underlying numbers, okay, the overall stats weren't there to imply a 5-1 result. So I'm kind of, the under 2.5, what is it, plus 100? I'm kind of on that. I kind of think in the range of, we'll give our score predictions at the end here. I'm kind of thinking in the range of 1-0, 2-0 Arsenal, maybe 2-1, maybe City do get a goal kind of a thing. But I am on Arsenal. I'm probably going to be on, if you want a single game parlay, I would say under 3.5 Arsenal double chance. So maybe that's around even odds, but that one might be like if you want a safe, if you're into the safe SGPs, that would probably be my play here. Let me put it together here.
We haven't mentioned corners over it. They're kind of expecting a lot of corners here. For Arsenal, it's over 5.5. That feels like more than City are giving up. And then the over 4 is 3.5 for Man City corners, which is minus 170, which I'm skipping that every day.
Yeah, I think they're leaning into these prior matchups that didn't have many corners.
Yeah,
which I remember betting on the under in corners, and now like we're looking at under 9.5 corners is minus 115, which is an extremely small number, something I just don't want to bet on. I've been pretty good betting corners on these single matchups that we look at. Last week's game, we had, was it the Manchester Derby? I bet race to 3 corners, Manchester United. It was like plus 290 odds. Did not get to 5. That was like plus 550 or something like that. Did not get to 5, but yeah, we're looking at Arsenal under 5.5 is minus 125. Man City under 3.5 is plus 120. It's pretty. This is pretty tough numbers here. I'd probably actually take Man City under 3.5 corners. Arsenal are so good at limiting corners, and you think playing at home they're going to have an edge in terms of overall pace of play in this match. Though on the other end of that, there is value. Man City raced to 3 corners is plus 150. So I'm a little all over the place here, but I would probably lean on the unders here in the corners. I don't think it's going to get too out of whack here, but the numbers, the odds don't really, give you too much leeway here. But under 9.5 is minus 115. Kind of a tough number to take, but I'd probably lean on that one.
Yes, City they've only 17 corners on 4 matches. Arsenal, on the other hand, 22 on 4 matches. A couple different matchups there, though. City, I'm trying to think. I guess they had Tottenham was probably their toughest matchup. Meanwhile, Arsenal's had, Man United, Liverpool. But yeah, they don't. You're right. They do not give up many corners, so the under is a bit more of the play.
Goal prediction here, or you got any goal scorer props here outside of Haaland?
I got to stick with my underdog bet because I already got into it, but 2-0 City.
2-0 City? Are you positive? Are you sure you want to take this?
Am I positive? I'm positively sure that I'm unsure. I got to go with the plus 290 bet. I talked about the money line underdog bet. I think they come back out, and I mean they scored 5 goals, put 5 up on them last season at the Emirates, which incredible scoreline there. But I think it changes a little bit. We'll see. I am nervous about you. You did make a very, very good point about City having 48 hours less prep for the game, unless so we'll see how it goes. But I got to stick to my guns here, even if we think we might be wrong. But I would the Holland plus 175 anytime goal scorer seems like something that would be a good bet, regardless if City win or not.
Yeah, if you're taking City, you might as well take.
Or even if you're not, like it could be a 1-1 or a 2-1 or what if we get put to the sword again? I don't know. Like Holland to score is still pretty good odds.
Fair. I'll go Arsenal here. I'm going Arsenal. I'm trying to decide between like a 2-1, but I want the under, so I don't really want to take 2-1 as an exact score prediction. So let's take actually I'm going to go big with a goal scorer here. If Mikel Merino starts again, let's go Mikel Merino to score plus 500. To Mikel Merino to score. I also see Zubimendi here at plus 900, Declan Rice plus 700. Just looking at these further down odds. Declan Rice to score or assist is plus 275. So we got some options. I'm going 2-0. I'm going opposite of you. Opposite day here. 2-0 Arsenal. Chris is going 2-0 Manchester City. That's what we got for Arsenal. Home against Manchester City.